Yeah. Oh, I need my phone. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. The white. What is that? Hold on. Let me see something. It's nothing. Oh, hey, you're right there. What's up, C? Good morning. Happy Thursday. I'm watching where Mel Kiper says that two high safeties should be outlawed. Shoot, we should have been running two high safeties versus the Saints because they say you can't pass over the top of two high safeties. And to be honest, I'm not going to say it because I'll give some people some competitive advantages over me in my Madden. So I'm not going to say a word about two high safeties. Hey, what's up? Good morning, Mr. Cantu. Have a great day. Have a great day at work, man. We did the Cowboys versus Ravens preview yesterday in yesterday's morning show, and it didn't go as positive as I wish it would have gone. If we beat the Ravens, it's gonna mess us up in the head if we miss, because we don't see that. I don't think none of us see us beating the Ravens. Maybe a few of them. Somebody said we will. Who was it? Because it gave me a little juice. I was like, yeah, we can do this. It was yesterday. Ah, they say we're gonna win. What's up, Vic? How you doing? Let me turn that music up a little bit. It's soothing. Ah, there we go. There we go. Peace and blessings, Stephen Alexander. On Monday, this is how I do a live show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. On Monday, the show is all the emotions from Sunday, or a preview from Monday Night Football if we want Monday Night Football that week. But Monday is the emotional day. We talk about what we saw. We overreact. No, I don't want to overreact Monday because they overreact on Monday. But we overreact. We're on our feelings on Monday. On Tuesday, we have a good show about the state of the franchise or whatever, blah blah blah, and what's going on. On Wednesday, we do the preview for the next week because you want to be done with that game by Wednesday. Whether that game is great or whether that game is bad, you want to be done with that game by Wednesday morning. Not during Wednesday that day, but Wednesday. We don't want to be talking about last week's game. You can talk about it a little bit on Tuesday, but by Wednesday, we don't want to talk about that game no more. The Saints game and all that kind of stuff. We don't want to say it no more. It's history. So Wednesday, we talk about the next week game. We talked about the Ravens and how strong they are. And my main points yesterday, if I can close recap while people are coming in. Good morning, John Jar. Shango, Zeke would get us 2 yards to carry. But the Ravens are 0-2, but they're not really an 0-2 team. There's a universe of difference between the 0-2 Panthers and the 0-2 Ravens. The Ravens also aren't 0-2 because they're playing horribly. They're 0-2 because the defending champs beat them. Tough game, but the defending champs beat them. And the Raiders played an amazing game. So we, in order to beat them, are going to have to fall. Since we're a little bit better than the Raiders, we're better than the Raiders, but we're going to have to go by the Raiders' way and play an incredible game to beat the Ravens, because the Ravens don't they won't drop. They're going to play you right here. You know, if you know what I'm saying, you're not going to get a bad Ravens team. They're going to give you this because they're physical, they play defense, they run the football. It's very basic there. So they're going to give you this. It's not going to be, oh man, we just messed up. They very rarely throw several interceptions and give the game away, is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to have to take the game from them, like the Raiders actually did. Micah is going to have to take the game away like Max Crosby did. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff that the Raiders did to beat a superior team, we're going to have to do to beat a superior team. It is what it is. Comes down to coaching and preparation. Yeah, Lamar hasn't been anything exciting this entire season by anybody's standards or whatever. But like Jimmy Moran just said, he can explode at any moment. Like at the end of the football game, I don't know what he was thinking, because he should have just ran. Like they had, and I've never seen this before in my life, and I thought I was witnessing it for the first time. It was like 2 seconds of three. It was the last play of the game, and it was basically Hail Mary time. And Lamar Jackson went back there to throw a Hail Mary, and nothing was to his satisfaction. So he took off running and running and running. And right when he got close to the end zone, like at the 20, he turned and threw a stupid pass behind him. And everybody was like, keep running. You might have broken that tackle or faked the dude out and went into the end zone, because you know what I'm saying? You fake dudes out all the time. Why are you throwing it behind you to a lesser runner, Lamar? But that could have been one of those explosive moments that we will see forever. If he was supposed to throw a Hail Mary and ran a Hail Mary instead. Just imagine that. That's stupid. That's stupid. Good morning, Sean Richburg. You were in Miami at the Maxwell. But you was enjoying yourself, Sean. You were enjoying yourself. Line up against that right guard. That right guard is awful. Yeah, but that's why we have to get something from our interior. You know what I'm saying? And I think Phillips is gone. But did you see? I saw the highlights on how Jordan Phillips was playing, and it was horrible. There was one play where he had beat his guy, and instead of running after the play or running after the quarterback to chase the quarterback down, he turned around and re-engaged with the offensive lineman for some strange reason. It was just, and maybe that's the reason why he has a mysterious injury, or that he's on. I think he's on the IR or something like that, or whatever. I saw that. Just somebody confirm that in the chat, so I don't be giving misinformation. But yeah, Jordan Phillips did not play well, and that's the stuff that we need from him to expose the right guard. Well, Chris Cantu, we have proven. Look, man, Chris Cantu. All right, if I'm playing a Madden game, and I look at the person that I'm playing, and the last 2 times that he's played, the teams have run up 300 yards on him by running the football. I go, oh, this guy's run defense is terrible. For me to win the game, not thinking anything personal, not thinking about players, not thinking, but just to win the game. Oh, I need to run the more this game, because it's a good chance that my running will be successful in this game. So that's all they're going to do. I mean, it's just pure logic that they come play us, and they're going to run the football. Since it's their identity, it would be really weird if they come in and try to throw the ball all over our defense. Which, hey, it could be possible. That could be just as easy as running the ball. But my point is, running a ball is what they do. That's their game. And also, they're trying to get Henry going into their offensive system and trying to figure out how to use Henry. So we will be a perfect patsy for that. I think Michael would be better at middle linebacker in this game to keep Lamar in the pocket, make him beat. Man, you know what? My point, Bear 24, is we have to think about, and this was all from when I was watching Max Crosby yesterday. He was literally affecting every single play somehow at that defensive end position. He was such a presence there that it was ridiculous. And Micah isn't that. Micah is a phenom at chasing the ball. That's why he's a pass. That's why he's got so many sacks. It's not because that he's a pass rusher. He can rush the pass because of his speed and ball chasing ability. He gets to the quarterback. There's no bag of stuff that he got or whatever. His bag is I can get to the quarterback faster than anybody else. That's my bag. and perfect is him right there on TV. It's me. It's time to prove it week. To me, it's like a prove it week. Yeah, it's a prove it week for you because I mean, Michael, you've done nothing the first 2 games. Yeah, I was like, he said he's not putting anything on his teammates. But Micah, what, 1 sack all season? He said, not having everyone wanting it as bad as you do, that kind of hurts the most. But But Micah, you did nothing in the game. It just, if you, I can understand you talking if you were out there and put up a valiant performance, was what was the one person on the Cowboys that was trying to like get everybody going and all this kind of stuff. But he was a part of the whole failure. So how can a person that was a part of the failure call out your teammates? He created an interception that Kendrick's got. Okay, I'll give him that, Bear. Yes, Tua should be gone. Well, dead shoot boom. You shouldn't take the one bad game by the Cowboys and saying it's over. We are, and it's going to take a minute for the defense. Exactly, we're still gelling, and it makes sense for us to lose this week as well. But in the same vein as I just said, the Ravens aren't really an 0-2 team. They just played 2 tough teams early. That's the same with us. If we end up 1-2, the Saints and the Ravens are probably going to be deep in the playoffs. They're definitely going to be in the playoffs, but they might be deep in the playoffs. So we would have lost 2 games to teams that have gone deep in the playoffs. If we lose to the Giants, or if we lose to the Panthers, or a team like that, then that's different. That we lost a game that we should have won. But this is definitely a. The Saints surprised me. The Ravens should not surprise anyone. Do not look at that 0-2. They should not surprise anyone. They're not 0-2. They've just lost a couple of games at the beginning of the season. It's a whole different thing. The Panthers are 0-2. What's up, Nate? Good morning. This is a character game. That's a good way to put it. This is a character game for Dallas. And Jimmy Moran said all he wanted for Christmas was a safety, wide receiver, running back, and Saturday. That's what I was telling somebody the other day. The only good morning, Christy. The only thing that that would pick me up next year. Nothing's gonna make me believe in this team this year. Nothing. Other than us getting there. That's the only thing that'll make me believe in this football team if we actually start winning and get there because I don't believe in its structure. But if next year we go get a running back like Austin Jinty, we get a couple of receivers that are fast, that can catch a ball and run to the house. We grab a safety. All these peripherals that we've been avoiding or whatever. And if we get those positions, then I'll feel a little bit differently. The defensive tackle is still a problem, and to me, you can't really address that in a draft because I mean, for instance, look at Philadelphia. It took a minute for that. It took a minute for Jordan Davis to even jail. They're playing well now, but it took them a minute. So we it's hard to and that's a good point. So I'm not talking about junk about our rookies on offensive line. With offensive linemen and defensive linemen, it just takes a minute. Period. You can't just come in the NFL and become an elite technician on these monster guys. It just is what it is. Yeah, that's a good game. Jar Binks says, I mean, Carr only threw 16 passes or something like that. No, and no, that's the thing. The last thing you said is rarely a third and long. The first third down, I think it was like a third and fourth in the third quarter, late in the third quarter, something like that. I mean, every possession we had third down after third down after third down, and people don't understand how hard that is converting those third downs. And you want to keep your third downs to a minimum in a game because they're so hard to convert. What's up, Mosh? The Panthers suck. Yes, that's the one thing that we do know so far this season, Christy. The Panthers do suck. It's so sad what's going on with Bryce, and I knew it from day one. And I hope Bryce can get out of there in the same way that Justin Fields got out of Chicago. There's just like organizations that just like we get mad at our Cowboys, but there's some people out there, the Giants and Bears and Panthers, and there's some people that's doing some real bad business when it comes to football, when it comes to NFL football. So we're our business. I try to tell people we're not, we're drama because we're the Cowboys. Everything is overemphasized. The wins are overemphasized and the losses are overemphasized. But we are terribly average. We are as average as it get. We're right there down the middle. I can literally tell you what teams will beat us and what teams will not beat us. Because we're better than those teams over there, and we're not as good as those teams over there. And then it's as clear as day. And it's very profitable for the Joneses. Deion Sanders and his son will be in Dallas next year. Oh, if we get blown out again on Sunday, and that's a possibility, Texas. I actually think, to be honest, I actually think us getting blown out is more of a possibility than us winning. I think they're probably going to win, and it should be a tough game, and they win. But I think that they would blow us out more than what we would win. So we got to get ready to fight. And I'm not saying it because I'm down on Dallas. I'm just and look, I was wrong last week because I didn't think Kamara would do much on us. So hopefully I'm wrong this week like I was last week. But what I see is them collapsing down on our offense because there's no running game. So there's no reason for them to be off the ball. So they come down for our running game. And then when our passing game, they shut down all the short passing windows. So when they see anybody coming out running a route, they just step in front of them into the short passing and force Dak to throw the ball down the field. Now, when you throw the ball down the field, then everything's got to be perfect, and the offensive line has to hold up for much longer than they would for little, like the Cleveland game when we were getting the ball out of Dak's hands fast. It won't be out of Dak's hands fast. He's going to have to look downfield and wait for something to develop and hope his offensive linemen hold up. Against the Ravens, with that pass rush, it's not going to happen. They're coming in. So I don't see. It's just hard for me to see anything that we do unless Zeke has a great game and starts making them respect the run and pay attention to him. You know what I'm saying? Or Rico, or if Cooks is playing, one of those three, or Deuce. Anybody, if anybody can take the attention away from the ball coming to Dak Prescott and them collapsing in on, yeah. So it's kind of like when I play some people. That's why I had to always have some deep threats on Madden. I always got to have somebody that can either catch the ball deep or run fast to go deep or whatever, because they'll come all down and just lean on the line of scrimmage and just wait for me. And during the Romo years, they used to do that too. They used to just come down and they used to cut off all the short stuff and force Romo to hold the ball and make something happen long. It doesn't work out in long term. I ever thought about burning all my paraphernalia? No, not that emotional. There's that one team out there that's going to be like Green Bay last year that we're going to write them off and they're going to start gelling. Who do I think that's going to be this year? That's a great question, Jimmy Moran. The Raiders. I think the Raiders might be a playoff team toward the end of the year. Because when I saw them balling, it was like, that's not a bad football team at all. And if they had just a little bit better quarterback play, just a little bit. Yep, I said that yesterday too to my son's godfather. I said the NFC East is going to be what the NFC. We might have a 7-10 division leader. Because they were going down. Let's look at the Cowboys schedule. He was going down the Cowboys schedule with me. Let's see. Dallas Cowboys schedule. And he was asking, all right. Ravens, I'm gonna say possible L. I'm not gonna say L. I'm not gonna say L. I'm gonna say possible L. And all these are possible L's. Ravens, possible L for us. Possible L for everybody else in the division if they play them, when they play them. Steelers, possible L for us, but also possible L for everybody that plays them. The Lions, possible L for us. 49ers, possible L for us. Falcons, possible L for us. Definite L for the Eagles. The Eagles, possible L for us. Texans, possible L for us. And for everyone, no, I think we just playing the Texans. The Commanders, win. Giants, win. Those should be 4. If we don't have 4 games over the Commanders, that should be it. Okay. Bengals, they have a chance to beat us. The Panthers, win. Bucks, they got a chance to beat us and everybody else in our division if who they play. Eagles, and last is Commanders. So almost every game, I count 5 games that we better win. It's the 2 against the Commanders, the 2 against the Giants, and the Panthers. Those are my 5. And with the one we already have is 6. So that's 6 wins. Should be 6 wins already. The rest of them, I don't think our opponents are going to win that. Let me just look at Philadelphia Eagles schedule, because I know we won the division and that gave us a harder schedule. All right. Eagles Saints this Sunday. That should be an L. Eagles Buccaneers. Or could be. That could be an L. Eagles Buccaneers. That could be an L. Eagles Browns. That could be an L. Eagles should beat the Giants. Eagles Bengals. That could be an L. Eagles Jaguars. They should beat the Jaguars. We should beat the Jaguars too. Just both of us. Eagles and Cowboys. That could be an L for them. Commanders. That should beat the Commanders. Eagles versus Rams. That could be an L if the Rams are back healthy. That's in November. They could be healthy again. The Eagles versus the Ravens. That could be an L. That's late in the season. I definitely don't want to play Ravens in December. I definitely wouldn't want to play the Ravens in December. Steelers and that could be an L. Commanders, they should win. Cowboys could be an L, and the Giants, they should win. So Philadelphia has the same problem as we do. So Philadelphia and the Cowboys, whoever wins this division, could win it at 7-10 or 8-9. I'm really seeing like an 8-9. I'm really seeing an 8-9 or a 9-8. Definitely a 9-8. If somebody in our division wins 10 games, I'm shocked. The Eagles, that's what Eagles want to fire their DTs from Georgia. That's what I'm saying, guys. Those guys are good. They just not using them correctly. They're not putting them in the right situations. That's what Jay Recruiter said. I like that. That's who was giving us the good energy the other day. The Cowboys 12. That's another 12-5 season. I like that. I don't King Charles. I was actually live yesterday morning when Jerry when those comments that Jerry said came out about having adversity during the season might help us in the playoffs. King Charles, that doesn't make any sense. Because if you don't win in the regular season, you don't get into the playoffs. So you're not trading any adversity for nothing. You're just losing in the regular season now. That was one of the worst spins That was one of the worst spins I've ever heard. No, you have to win in the regular season just to get in the playoffs. You can't say we're gonna take it here so we can have more success there. You're not gonna get there if you don't win here. And we're not a team that is like, we got there last year because of Philadelphia fell apart. That's the reason why we won the division last year. It wasn't like we did anything to win the division. We backed right into that division win. So for him to be saying that we're going to see some adversity later in the year no, what we're doing is we're losing this year. We're going to lose a lot this year. We have a killer schedule, and we don't have the roster that we had last year that wasn't a good enough team. Our wide receiver core is worse than last year. Our running back room is worse than last year. Our offensive line is worse than last year. I thought our defense was better than last year, but stay tuned. And with all that, somebody said the delusional part of it, and with us knowing all of that, we were allowing them, if the Saints didn't do us a favor and beat the crap out of the Cowboys, we would be allowing these guys to pump our team up to a Super Bowl caliber team, because that's what they were saying. That's what they were saying. So now we know. There will be no delusional Cowboys fans this year. They shouldn't be. If they do, show them this tape of the Saints. Yeah, hopefully, King Charles, hopefully the defense just had a bad day. And with what I saw with Jordan Phillips, you can look. I saw his. I think I was. He was on, I don't think I was on TikTok when I saw his highlights or whatever. You can see it for himself. Maybe if Mozzie's worse than that, then I don't know why Mozzie's on the team. If Mozzie's gonna play worse than Jordan Phillips, I don't know why Mozzie's on the team. That's that exactly, Jay Recruiter. The people that are complaining right now, we're talking Super Bowl after week one. We allow them to pump us up. We are who I thought we were. We are. And like I told everybody else, everybody here, let them prove it. Because this is the NFL. They can go out there and win football games and be a good football team. Jay Recruiter is absolutely right. They can go out there and there's nothing definite in the NFL at all. They're all men out there and they're all paid handsomely. They said that guy's just spirit animal. DD, like Mozzie can't be worse than what we saw of Jordan Phillips. He can't. Put Mozzie out there and let's just see. It's time. Just put him on out there. I know one thing we have to talk about. I have just been just eating popcorn, watching all this Eagles drama with Sirianni and Kellen Moore. And I said at the beginning of the season, Sirianni and Kellen Moore combination is it's destined for comedy. It's destined for comedy, and they did not disappoint week 2 with whatever they put out there. Now, how many times? I hadn't even talked to my Eagles fan because I warned them about Kellen Moore. I said, how many times have I sat on this channel and I've screamed, all we had to do was take a knee. All we had to do was take a knee and it would have left us in a better situation. All we had to do was take a knee. We did not have to throw the ball. Why are we throwing? How many times during the Kellen Moore and Jason Garrett, because that's where he got that crap from. He's little Garrett, just throwing the ball in situations that, why are you throwing the ball? Yeah, oh yeah, it was a great play. That dude was wide open. Still, there's a lot of, and that's what I try to tell you guys, that with these third downs, and I hate third downs because you got to throw the ball into like the worst situations. Just hand the ball off and get that first down and keep it moving. That seems so much safer to me, or whatever. But no. So I'm just like laughing at the Kellen Moore TikToks and tweets and all this kind of stuff, and him. We don't know what Sirianni meant at that press conference when he didn't back Kellen Moore. He could have said, "Oh, it was Kellen Moore. Yeah, that was a great call. I back him 100%." He could have squashed anything he wanted to with that in that conversation, because the reporter brought up Kellen Moore's name to Sirianni, and all Sirianni said, "Oh, yeah, it was Kellen Moore's call, and I support it 100%." Yeah, that play is kind of like what's his name for Detroit does. He said, "Oh yeah, I know. It may have seemed stupid to you, but that's what I wanted to do at the time, and I did it. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do whatever I feel in the moment." Which is a philosophy. It may not make analytical sense or whatever, but it is a philosophy. But yeah, analytics has taken over. And like common sense. Earlier in the game, Jay Recruiter, I was saying that thing when they left. I think they took 3 points off the board or something of that fashion, where they got called and they would rather go for it on fourth down, and then they didn't make it, and they ended up with 0 points rather than 3 points. That's what I was like. I understand analytics, but sometimes common sense is just common sense. There's 3 points. Just take the 3 points and go. Analytics doesn't even compute in situations like that. It doesn't seem to me, but whatever. to take the knee rants. Yeah, man, it's so true. All we had to do in so many situations is just, and the Eagles too. The Eagles, instead of throwing that little pass to Saquon Barkley, if Jalen Hurts just take a knee, the clock is tick 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 tick. Or if the clock's not tick tick tick, they gotta use that. They gotta use a timeout and get it off their table. It progresses the football game a lot more than that. And then that pass, don't how many times have we dropped that pass? Somebody said that immediately on Monday morning when Saquon Barkley, the way he was going, the angle is not an easy catch to make. You got it. That ball's coming at you, and you're running, and you got to catch it over your. Yeah, that's not a just a throw and pitch catch, not at all. And it was a good ball, and Saquon just misjudged it a little bit. Yeah, Mosh. The problem is Mosh says they double CD. We should have made a call. That's my problem this week. CD will be bracketed this week with some very very good corners and very good defensive backs. They're going to be all over CD this week, and it's going to have to be somebody else. Somebody else is going to have to do something, or we're going to get interceptions and all that other stuff. Yeah, Mel Turner, I don't like Sirianni. And it has nothing to do with the Eagles. If Sirianni was coaching the Browns, I don't think I would like him. It has don't please don't take my Sirianni hate personal. I believe. Well, we'll see, Sean Richburg. Sean Richburg says, I believe the Cowboys blew it when they didn't sign Derrick Henry. Hopefully, it won't come out back to bite us and bite them this Sunday. Well, that there will be a narrative right after the game, Sean Richburg, on Sunday, and the narrative would be either, "Yep, we should have got Derrick Henry," or "You see, Derrick Henry didn't matter. He didn't help them." One of those narratives will fly. Do I think everything will be better once Jerry is gone? I don't want to. I don't want to push nobody out the door. I mean, like the physical realm door. I don't want to push nobody out the door. Stay here as long as you want. And I don't think nothing's going to change unless they sell the team, because it's going to be run it's going to be run their way, because it's an organization now. They've been running it a certain way, and that's how it's done. You didn't have to say sarcasm, Team America. It was either sarcasm or no. I don't even think somebody would be that crazy to think Carlos Watkins saved the season. I think the only thing that applies there is sarcasm. But yeah, we signed Carlos Watkins. Go Clemson. Henry is gonna make it personal. I know. Oh, I'm telling you that tush push, the Henry tush push, is stupid, y'all. Let's pray that we don't do it, because all they have to do is, once they get to the 5 yard line, throw Henry in the Wildcat. And like I said, they run Henry right into the middle of the defense, and then the tackles come around, and then they push him. It's so cheese. Thank you. Now that's the reason why I hate Philadelphia. Y'all started this cheese, this tush pushing cheese. Nick Sirianni has just a punchable face. That is just like, that says everything. His face is just like, it makes you want to punch him, because his face has some kind of annoying smirk on it, or annoying look on his face that you just want to hit it. And I don't even hit people. I won't put my hands on nobody. But him, I want to hit him. Yeah, Steven's gonna take over. There we go. Jay Recruiter is back. See, every time we dip, Jay Recruiter is right there. To like, wait a minute. Zeke will show Henry who is the real king. And so all them three running backs, we'll see, because they're all the same age. Zeke, Henry, and what's my name from last week? Alvin Kamara. Gene Jones is to the blame. Yes. If we had Derrick Henry, that would at least we would have the play action because you would have had to pay attention to Derrick Henry because you can't let Derrick Henry get those first 3 or 4 yards because once he gets those 2 or 3 or 4 yards, he's running at full speed after that point, and then it's dangerous to tackle him. It's very dangerous to your health and tackle him at that point. This roster could have looked so much better if we just spent a little bit of money. And I don't know. Not only that, the CD and Dak could have been signed a long time ago for much less. I mean, and then put us in a better situation coming into the season. You know what I'm saying? That could have happened right at the end of last season or whatever. And then you took the money that you saved from signing them and you take the pieces on the roster. But we just let that linger. For what reason I don't know. Because we wanted to pay them more money. Is that the reason why we let it linger? So let's wait till the beginning of next year so we can make them the highest paid in the league. Let's do that. So yeah, no. Dak or Romo? I think I take Dak. Not Romo bashing here though, at all. Tristan Hill and Taco Charlton will look great on the roster right now. Let's sign Randy Gregory. Oh, you're bringing out all the sore spots, Cowboys must. No, I don't think the season's a wrap for them, too, Brent. If they lose, because they haven't lost a division game. You know what I'm saying? All they have to do is roll the division, and I don't. And Cincinnati is also the other very good team in that division, and they already got 2 L's. So I don't think nobody expects Pittsburgh to have a whole bunch of wins. You know what I'm saying? If Pittsburgh's a couple of games over 500, they had a great season this year because they're just playing the defensive game and the quarterback. And then you got Cleveland. So I wouldn't say this is it for the Ravens, but they're selling that to themselves. Trust you. Trust me. They're saying if we lose this, it's over. Good morning, True Fields. I'm about to go, man, but good morning. True Fields, I don't even know anymore. I got bad memories from big backs like when what's his name did for the Rams back when the Rams went to the Super Bowl. Dak and Romo are seriously they're both the same. You know what you're asking me? Who do you like? Roger Moore or Pierce Brosnan? That's what you're asking me there with Dak and Romo. They played the same role, the same exact role. No, it wasn't Gurley. Gurley was it was Gurley's backup. Don Weedy. Remember, it was Gurley was not. He was either hurt or Gurley was he wasn't a factor. I mean, I think Gurley had some good runs, but his backup was the one that ripped us apart. Somebody's gonna say it in a minute. I know they remember it. It's easy. if Baltimore gets an early lead and just compound, yeah. If it's going to be boring, exactly, Team America. If Baltimore gets an early lead and can just pound that rock, it's going to get very boring for us. We'll be thinking of fun things to do. And Anderson, there you go, C.J. Anderson. All right, what's up, Moises? Team America says Roger Moore. I think Roger Moore has the hypest movie. Yeah. Dak and CD, maybe two others on multiple year contract, rest 1 year, blow it up. Yep. Thank you, Gia. I'm doing very good with these lives, guys. I kind of got it in my system now. Uh, Even this morning, I got up real early this morning. I'm not going to. I got up at 2:45 this morning because my Oregon Ducks I had to play my game this week because my son was sick yesterday, so I was busy and couldn't play my game. So I had to get up and play my game this morning. And my Oregon Ducks are number one. My Oregon Ducks. Hold on. My Oregon Ducks. I know I got a picture on my phone somewhere. Where are they? Where are they? Right there. The new rankings are there. Oh, it's hard to see though. It's very hard to see. But my Oregon Ducks are number one in the nation. It's 6-0, and hopefully I can keep it going. I have two really tough games. One game is versus Washington, and that guy, we played a good game last night. I think I beat him by like 2 touchdowns though. So he's undefeated this year. So he's made some adjustments. So I got to play the Washington guy, and I got to play the guy who played for the national championship last year with Penn State. Ohio State beat Penn State. So I got to play those two. So it's kind of gonna be tough for me because I'm playing myself into the championship games, and I'll have to play some tough games when I get into the championship games. So my college football, it's going great. The recruiting right now, college football is right here, and Madden is right here. I'm not doing well in Madden at all. It's because of the game. It's the confidence. Um, all my games I've lost at the because in Madden you feel like you're not in control of the outcome of the game a lot, and with me it was just like I lost on the last few seconds of the ball game a couple of times, and this last game I just lost a stupid game to the Eagles, and I missed 2 extra points. Now kicking extra points is hard, but I hadn't missed a kick, not an extra point or even a kick, in 3 weeks in a row. Well, this particular game, for some reason, I thought I pressed it. I don't know if I pressed it right or whatever, but I thought I pressed it right, but it went over to the side or whatever, and I kicked the ball on 1 extra point, and it hit the goalpost right in the middle on the side or whatever, went doink and came right back in. And then I scored another touchdown and had a kick, and thing didn't go right. The kick meter didn't go right, and I kicked the ball. And how did the ball hit the field goal at the same spot of my last kick? And I was like, do you know the accuracy in that? That I hit the pole twice in the same spot on an extra point? And I lost by 1 point. So I felt like, and they were doing stuff at the end of the game. You felt like you couldn't win that game. I felt like I had no way to win that game. And I always get that feeling in Madden. I hadn't got that feeling yet in college football. I hadn't felt like the game is controlling me rather than me controlling the game. Now, the only bad thing about college football, and I think we've got it, is that Heisman mode computer. When playing him is just, ugh. That's why I'm ruthless. I beat the crap out of the computer now. All right, guys. Yeah, Truefield said they brought Madden for nothing. He's been on college. College is, and not only that, Truefields, just knowing all the players that are in the game, that are on the field now, watching them develop, all that kind of stuff. The recruiting is so much fun. I'm like waiting for us to advance to see if I got this player or that player. But like I'm number well, I was number one in recruiting. I'm number two in recruiting right now in the league or whatever. But all the stuff is so much. It feels new and light, where Madden feels old and clunky. Like the same things. There's no difference in the scouting really. There, they just changed the interface or whatever, but the scouting is pretty much the same. The same bugs that you've experienced over the years are the same things. It's just a lot of stuff over there, Madden. But I'm not quitting. I'm playing the whole season out. But all right, let me go get my kids up. We supposed to go to Chick-fil-A this morning. I'll holler at you guys. No, I don't play any other games like Call of Duty, and I'm thinking about that because my new setup, I'm gonna have a lot of gaming stuff in there, but I don't do Call of Duty. I never done first person shooters. I'm not that guy, but I'll have a lot of EA Sports stuff in there and a lot of old school, maybe some Pac-Man, some pole position, some of the good stuff.